friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video you're going to learn how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb as recorded by Stevie Ray Vaughan on guitar. This song is a masterclass in blues guitar. There are so many incredible techniques that Stevie Ray Vaughan uses and combines together to play this guitar part. Now, I'm going to break down the first chorus of this song note for note, and I'm also going to do a separate video that dives into the rhythm that's just going to take you through the rest of the song so you know how to play during the instrumental sections and then also in the verse sections where the vocal comes in. Now I am tuned down a half step to match the recording, so I've taken each string, instead of E, A, D, G, B, E, I'm E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. So I'm playing in the key of E, but it's actually sounding a little bit lower. It's got that half step down, so it's E flat. Before we dive in, I want to hook you up with something right away though for spending some time with me here on my channel. At the first link down below, I've got a free tab sample pack. And these are some exclusive handouts that go along with lessons here on my YouTube channel. And they're just going to make learning from my videos so much easier. So grab your copy at johnmaclennan.com/tabs or use the first link down below. All right, well, with that said, let's dive into this song. Let's break down how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb as recorded by Stevie Ray Vaughan. Now we're going to start off with the opening 12-bar blues. And this is a blues in the key of E flat. And I'm going to be playing this in the key of E. My guitar is tuned down a half step though. Here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. We're going through our 12-bar blues in the key of E, and we're going to be using an E7 chord, an A7 chord, and a B7 chord. Just what we call a 1, 4, and 5 chord progression. Now we're going to start with this little pickup that begins on the and a 1. It goes 1. Then we're into the form right there. So I'm playing the open A string to the 2nd fret, then open D, back to open A, 2nd fret, open, then the 3rd fret of the low E, then you jump up to this E note here on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. What a great little blues figure right there, and that's coming out of your E blues or pentatonic scale. Now there is a little bit of a palm mute on the recording, so you want to do that with your strum hand palm here, just laying it back down where the string and the bridge come together here. So instead of, just take a little bit of ring out of the note. Then here we're going to go to an E7 chord, which is really this shape. It's open, 2, 2, 1, 3, and then open. Just your standard E7. But Stevie plays it like this. That's where I got this E chord from. I play 2 strings there with 1 finger. And then I put the pinky on the 3rd fret there, the note D. So I've got that shape, and then that's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and. So he's dropping his strum hand and muting the strings, 3 and 4 and that helps get this really cool shuffle feel. So 1, 2 E and a 3 and 4 and then right after you do the strum, that up strum you want to mute with your fretting hand. See that? Then, so that's the low E, then the chord, then hammer from the open 5th string to the 2nd fret, then open 3 on the low E. I love that. It's just got such a strong rhythm. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and a 3 and a 4 and 1. There's 16th notes. 3 E and a 4 and then A's 4 and 1. Then you do the strum pattern again. Then Stevie would do these different fills in between. And here he has one that goes from the E chord to the A chord, and it mixes a little bit of a major pentatonic sound and the blues scale. And he'd do this kind of riff here in this position pretty often. He does it in Lenny as well. Here I'm hammering from 2 to 4 on the 5th string. Then that's 2 on the 4th string, and then up to 5. Then a little hammer pull off. 2, 3, 2, 0, all on the 3rd string. Then you play the A chord, but first hit the bass note. Then. Now this is a standard Stevie Ray Vaughan blues chord right here. It's like an A with one finger, but you grab the 3rd fret of the 1st string as well. It's a great chord. So, then you go back to that opening figure. And sometimes Stevie would slide into it like that. Then you go back to E7. Then do this again. This time we're gonna go. So that's hammering into the 2nd fret. Then open 1, 2. So far the first 8 bars go like this. 3, 4, and 1. Okay, now this time that same fill that we played earlier, when we did that, we went to the E chord. But now we're gonna go and go up to the B7, which is the 5 chord. And then we hit the last 4 bars there. So what I'm playing here is a B7, 2, 1, 2, open 2. Starting from the 5th string. And then a lot of times he'll do this sort of strum and arpeggiation, like, right? And it's really like, it's getting those melody notes. So that's like the 5th string, 3rd string, 4th string, then 1st string. But you can be loose with your strum hand, like, and then you go. That's another thing that he would do, and it reminds me of Robert Johnson, because Robert Johnson would do this. He'd play the 5 chord, but then he'd put the 5th in the bass. So this same technique that Stevie plays the E like this, he'll move that up, and now you add these other 2 notes. You've got what's called a B7 over F sharp, because you've got that low note in the bass, and it sounds really full and strong. So 1 E and a 2 E. Then you go to the A string, because we're going 5 down to the 4 chord, and he plays this classic lick which sounds a lot like something Freddie King would play. Okay, so that's the 3rd fret with a slight bend. Then open 3, 0. That's going down pentatonic scale. That's 3 on the 2nd string with a pull off. Then do a slide from 2 to 4 on the 3rd string. Then put your index finger here on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And what you want to do is drag your pick. It's a rake. It's an upwards rake. And then you fall off. You do a slide to a pull off. And then you finish here. kind of resolves the phrase on that note E on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So then you do an E7 sharp 9 chord. So this is building on what we learned earlier, where we had this chord. Another thing that Stevie would do is play that E chord, add the 7th, but then grab the sharp 9, which is the 3rd fret of the 1st string. So what a sound right there, right? And to me, that's Smokestack Lightning. That's an ultimate blues chord right there, is that dominant 7 sharp 9, and that's a way that Stevie Ray Vaughan would play it. So another thing that he would do is he'd occasionally hybrid pick. So like he'd sting a note. So certain notes in the phrase, he'd get his finger underneath the string and pop it. You know, so as you're going through, you hear the pick sounds a certain way, right? So here it is one more time, played as one piece. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Congrats on making it through this iconic blues guitar lesson on Mary Had a Little Lamb as recorded by Stevie Ray Vaughan. Remember that this is a masterclass of blues guitar and it's very high level. There are so many things that are going into making this happen, from the riffs to the shuffle feel and the blues turnarounds and the hybrid picking. There's a lot that goes into it. So just know that if these techniques are new for you, it's going to take some time to get them under your fingers. So just be patient, but keep going. You got this. And to help you out even more, be sure to download my free tab sample pack at the first link down below. And this is going to make learning from my YouTube lessons so much easier because you'll be able to follow along with the handouts that I have for you. So pick those up at johnmclennan.com/tabs. Also, let me know down below your #1 song that you would like to see me teach here next on the channel. Just comment it down below. Thanks for your support with the videos, and we'll see you in another one real soon.